guys, today I've got another cool product to review for you guys. This is the Tymate Tire Pressure Monitoring System, or TPMS. Now, a lot of new cars, if you have bought a new car in the past 10 years or so, it comes pretty much standard now with tire pressure monitoring systems. They will let you know when you have a tire that's getting low. And that is a big deal, especially if you have a tire that's getting too low to avoid a blowout or something, or too high. Sometimes in really hot heats out in desert areas and stuff, your tire pressure may get too high, and that could get dangerous as well. If you have an older car that doesn't have that, this system here would be great for you. But what I think you guys will really like, especially my viewers on this channel, this is amazing for trailers, campers, RVs, all kinds of stuff that don't have those tire pressure monitoring systems in them. So you could use this on your camper, your trailer, if you've got a snowmobile trailer, a utility trailer, if you're a contractor, something like that, if you're going out camping and stuff. The past 2 years, we have driven our travel trailer, well, not driven it, but I've pulled my travel trailer halfway across the country in both directions. Last year we went to Maine, and the year before that we went out to South Dakota. Now, during that trip, the whole time, every time I stopped for gas, I kept going out with a manual tire pressure gauge and checking my trailer pressure. I had bought my first house and I moved in next door to an old retired couple that every winter they would go down to Florida with their motorhome. One year they left to go, and 3 days later they were back. And I was like, why are you back already? You're usually gone the whole winter. They were on their way down to Florida and they had a blowout. Their rear tire blew out because he didn't check the inner tire, didn't know the pressure on it. And it blew out and wound up ripping a hole through his entire bathroom. So that ever since then, I've been very cautious about my tire pressure in my trailers when I'm traveling. I pull this trailer most of the time with the Boy Scouts as well. So having that safety, knowing what my tire pressure is at in those tires, is a huge relief to me. So I think this product would be great. So inside the box, they give you these 4 valve stem caps. These replace your existing valve stem caps on your tires. So they label them pretty easy for you: left rear, right, left front, right front. So you can tell where they're at on the trailer or your car or something on the receiver itself. So these are pretty simple, pretty easy to use. You just screw them on and replace the ones that you have, right? Now, as far as the receiver goes, there's no fancy mounts. There's no LCD screens that you have to mount somewhere in your car or your vehicle or something. It's literally plugs into your car's cigarette lighter. That's how all it needs for power. So you just plug this in. In my case, I've got a couple of them in my truck. So I've got one inside of my inner console, so I could put it there if I don't want it in the way. I've got one underneath in the traditional ashtray area, right? And then there's even one in the back seat for the kids. So I could plug this in anywhere you have that round cigarette lighter port in your vehicle for power. So I think that's pretty cool. When you plug it in, it does show you the 4 different things, just like on your modern car right now where it shows you the different pressure levels. This does the same. It's just in a small convenient area out of your way. In addition to the receiver and the 4 valve stem caps, they do give you this cool little lock as well. It's like a wrench to kind of tighten it down. So you can put this on top of the valve stem caps and it helps turn it to, in case your fingers don't have a ton of dexterity or you're cold or something and you can't get that off. You can use this to get a little more torque to get it off if you do need to add tire, or if you do need to add air into your tire, you can use this little wrench they give you to loosen these caps up. In addition to that, they do give you this little spanner wrench as well with these 4 nuts. So this is if you want to lock these caps down and make them really secure. They give you little O-rings in here, 4 replacement O-rings, and then 4 little nuts. So basically this nut goes on your valve stem first, and then you tighten this down, you take the spanner wrench, hold on to the nut, and then you put your cap on and you screw this down and you basically lock them together. That makes sure that it doesn't come popping off as you're driving down the road or flying off. Not that they would, they're threaded, but it just gives it a little more security, and it stops anybody from maybe stealing one or something if they wanted to. So reading through the paperwork, this thing does have some extra features other than just telling you what the pressure is. It has a high pressure alert. So again, like I was saying, if you're in hot areas and your tire starts getting too much pressure, this thing will alert you and say, hey, your tire pressure is getting too high. If it gives above, according to this, 25% of the original starting PSI, it will start alerting you. It also has a low pressure alert. So again, if you start dipping 15% below the original set PSI of what your tires are, so you can go in there and set it right to what air pressure, because every tire is a little different depending what you're driving. You could set that. If it dips below 15, it'll start alerting you saying, hey, you're below that 15%. It has a high temperature alert, which is also amazing. If you're trailering, pulling trailers and stuff, those tires can get hot. So if it starts getting above 158 degrees Fahrenheit, it will alert you saying, hey, your tires are getting a little hot. You might want to pull over somewhere, let them cool down a little bit. And then it has a fast leakage alert. So if you did pick up a nail or something on the road and you started dropping air quickly, it will notify you really fast that, hey, you could have a potential blowout going on. You might want to get to some safety. Now, if you're planning on using this for a long trailer, say, for instance, you've got a 40, 50 foot fifth wheel, something that's just a big monster. And you're planning on putting these on the trailer in the back, it may be a little too far away for this receiver to pick up consistently. So if you go to their site, tymatetech.com, it's right on the back of the box. They also have it in the instructions as well. You can go and pick up a transmitter booster. So it basically boosts the signal from the receiver to the transmitters and helps you with those longer trailers so that you could still pick that up accurately. So I think that's pretty cool. They thought of pretty much everything I could think of. So if you're interested in picking one of these up for yourself, I will put links in the description as well as the first pinned comment. Let me know what you think of these. I think they're pretty neat. Let me know down in the comments down below if this is a product that you would put on your vehicle. Maybe you've got an older vehicle, or on your trailer or something like that. Links in the description down below if you want to pick one of these up for yourself. And if you like this type of gear reviews or product reviews, subscribe down below if you haven't yet. Click the bell so you're notified when I do put out new content. Give me a like on this video, comment on this video, share it out if you know somebody that maybe had a blowout and is worried about pulling a trailer now. This might give them a little bit of peace of mind. Do all the things, and I will see you on the next one.